Right. How many of you have eaten fishball noodles before?
I think more.
I just want to make sure we have Singaporeans here in this room. Right. And how many of you would order a bowl of bee-hoon soup with only 5 strands of yellow noodles? Thank you for being that customer. So I guess at the back of your mind, you may be thinking, what a strange order. And I'll share that at the later part of the speech, because what I'm about to tell you started from a hawker stall. I'm Michelle Koh, and before I was a speaker and one of the top LinkedIn content creators in Singapore and a founder of 2 companies, I was the mee pok lady. So I used to wake up at 4 a.m. every morning, go to my store, boil soup, cook chili, fried pork lard. And I didn't have a business degree, I didn't have a business roadmap, and I didn't even have F&B experience. But I had a store and I had a story. And that store, that tiny hawker store, taught me everything I knew about life, about loss, and about finding your voice. So in 2019, I started Pingji fishball noodles. I had no idea what I was doing. But I did something that most hawkers didn't. I shared my story on Facebook, honestly and vulnerably, and people started coming. Dr. Leslie Tay from I Eat, I Should, I Post. You know, the guy who traveled across Singapore to try almost every hawker food? Yes, that guy. He featured me and I went viral. And before he's featured, my store would usually be closed at 3 p.m. But after he's featured, I was sold out at 10 a.m. the next day. Okay, I didn't pay a single cent to him. Right, I didn't have money and I got no money to pay for any marketing. But I had a story. On the outside, it looked like a success story. The woman who dared to try, and the woman who dared to be different. But behind the counter, my world was quietly falling apart. COVID hit in 2020, and while my noodles were viral online, my father was quietly losing his battle to stage 4 lung cancer. And every morning, I would still show up, go to the store, and serve customers with a smile on my face, and go back home at night thinking, what if I would no longer see him the next morning? And I decided to make a difficult decision to shut down my store to care for him. And shortly after, he passed away. That season broke me. I lost my father, I lost my store, and I lost the identity that I built. And I still remember myself sitting on a sofa, completely still, thinking, who am I now without my father and without my store? But I had no answer. but I had a choice. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a mentor. And I didn't even have confidence. But I got up anyway. And I picked up LinkedIn, a platform that I barely understood. And I did what I did when I was a hawker. I share my story, the raw ones, the unpolished ones. The girl who sold noodles, the daughter who lost her father, and the woman starting over from zero. Because I decided not to let grief become the final chapter of my story. And within 30 days, I got my first speaking engagement on LinkedIn, and I was featured twice on LinkedIn News Asia. And today, I'm one of the speakers. I'm one of the top LinkedIn content creators in Singapore, and I help coaches, subject matter experts, and speakers to use your story to generate deal opportunities without spending a cent on ads. And for my hawker journey, I learned this. People don't buy your credentials. People buy when they feel understood, when they feel safe, and when they feel confident about what comes next. And if a hawker lady like me can find her voice, so can you. I lost my father, I lost my store, and I lost my way. But I got up anyway, because the most powerful thing you have ever owned is not your title, it's not your number of followers, and it's not your awards. It is your story, and real stories build trust. So, stop waiting to be ready, stop waiting to be chosen, and stop waiting for the perfect timing. Because you already have stories, and your story is your greatest authority. So now, the 5 strands of yellow noodles. So on a rainy afternoon, this uncle walked into my store. He was wearing a floral top, around 60-ish, a very Ang Mo Kio vibe kind of an uncle. So he came to me and ordered a packet of bee hoon soup with 5 strands of yellow noodles. And I asked him, "Uncle, why 5 strands of yellow noodles?" And he said, "Uncle, there's always rainbow after the rain. And I want to make it colorful for my grandson." And at the back of my mind, I was thinking, I thought rainbow has 7 colors. He made my day, and I hope my story made yours too.